Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Tighter credit standards. Should we be worried? Analysis. http ntvforex.com News ID 73EE9B92 2024 59 p.m. Executive Summary. Credit is the lifeblood of the economy, therefore a substantial tightening in credit conditions could cut the current recovery short. The latest Senior Loan Officer Opinion Survey points to banks tightening credit across all major loan categories, and commercial and industrial CMI and non-mortgage consumer loans outstanding have fallen over the past few months. But loans at commercial banks account for only about 30% of the total credit extended to the U.S. private non-financial sector. Debt capital markets are more or less wide open again, which has helped keep credit flowing to larger businesses and to households indirectly. Meanwhile, mortgage lending, especially for residential properties, has been strong. At this point in time, we are not overly worried about credit conditions, but renewed, broad-based tightening would give us cause for concern given credit's vital role in economic growth. Economy and credit markets distorted by the pandemic. The pandemic and the measures that have been adopted to combat it have led to some marked distortions in the usually smooth operating of the economy. For example, real GDP contracted at an unprecedented rate in Q2 2020, but it likely will bounce back at the strongest rate on record in the current quarter. 2 Similarly, the amount of outstanding commercial and industrial CMI loans that are held by the national's commercial banks surged by close to 30% between early March and early May. However, CMI loans have subsequently receded about 10%, which, if sustained, is a bit disconcerting. Credit is the lifeblood of the economy, and the economic outlook would darken significantly if credit conditions tighten considerably. But the $2.8 trillion of CMI loans represent only a small part of the $33 trillion worth of total credit extended to the U.S. private non-financial sector. So before we start wringing our hands about the economic outlook, let's first check in on how other parts of the credit markets are performing. Credit to the non-financial business sector. A mixed bag. Credit to the non-financial business sector totals about $17 trillion at present. Not only do businesses borrow via CMI lending at the national's commercial banks, but they also borrow from credit unions, foreign banks, and non-depository institutions such as insurance companies, pension funds and hedge funds. 3. Businesses also borrow viaduct mortgages, which we will discuss in more detail below, and there are roughly $6 trillion worth of corporate bonds outstanding at present. Download the full article. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. If you want to read real-time news, text messages to MT5 Expert Advisors page at https://m.me/mt5.expert.advisors.